Welcome back to today's oil drip chat. I'm Julie Johnston, and I'll be joined here shortly with my co-host Linda Pickenpaw. And this month we are talking about oils that you can add to your dishes, to beverages, just really combining them with your food. So there's even more benefit when you're trying to eat healthy. Adding the essential oils can just boost those meals with things like boosting your immune system and helping with digestion and just adding wonderful flavors as well. So we're going to start today with just a few of our oils that I think you'll really enjoy adding to some of your dishes. And then we're also going to give you some tips about things you should be careful of when you're cooking or adding them to, your meals. So let me bring on Linda here real quick and we'll get started. Okay, Facebook is trying. Hi, Linda.
Hi. All right. I think I'm getting a little faster,
I think
sort of.
so too.
Maybe maybe the new phone helps. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's good. Well, are you excited to start talking about food and oils?
I am.
Yeah.
So.
It's just
Yep.
another one of those
lots of
ways.
good things.
Yeah. It's another great way to learn how to use your oils. So you're not sitting there collecting dust. You have so many different benefits and uses of oils that it's great to know as much as you can.
And when you use them, it impacts your health, whether you're putting them on or whether you're putting them in your food. So.
Yep. True. Well, today we're going to kick it off with an oil that many of us know. I think we talked about it a little bit last week because it's one of our promotional oils this month. It's the oregano, and that oil is the one that's 10% off this month. Is that right?
Right.
Yep. Yes.
Yep.
So this is one of our really strong oils. So if you've not, for some reason, if you've not ever used the oregano and it's new to you, this is one of the oils that we consider as hot. That means putting it directly on the skin you'd feel almost like a burning sensation if you put too much on. So it's an oil that you typically want to dilute when you put it on the skin. But we're talking about food. So I think it's true as well to food to be careful with how much you're adding.
Definitely. At Christmas time, I made a chicken, like an Italian chicken soup that I served when our doTERRA customers came to my house. And that is the one thing that I really, noticed, it was putting that toothpick, just a small bit of it in there. And then I did try it and was like, it could have just a little more. So, it's sort of that taste test, let it go. But many times it may, if you add it toward the end, if you're cooking, if you add it toward the end, that flavor will stay there. But oregano was used in that, and I just really enjoyed the flavor of that.
It was good. It was very delicious. So if you typically cook meals that require the herb oregano to be added, the 1 tablespoon of the dried oregano is equal to 1 drop of our oil. Yeah. So that's the power of essential oil compared to the dried herb.
Right. And it's even more than with fresh oils or fresh herbs, because like I have oregano out in my my herb garden, and but it takes a lot of oregano to actually cut up and put in a recipe to have the same impact.
True. And a 1 drop of oil is easier too,
It
as
is.
you
It
just
is.
described.
And I keep it right in my cupboard with my spices that are just right to the right of my stove, and so it's just very convenient.
Yeah, that's a good tip too. So, oregano is one of our natural antioxidants, and it's also a natural inflammatory oil. So, keeping our immune system high, and it might be someone's not feeling well, and we normally do talk about people having soup when they don't feel well. So
Mhm.
maybe you're making that soup and adding the oregano, and that might help you get over whatever your virus or your cold is that you have.
Mhm. Definitely.
Yeah. So the next one that we're sharing is turmeric. And many people, I believe, today have heard of turmeric. And
Mhm.
turmeric is one I think a lot of people go for also for inflammation. So
Mhm.
helping reduce inflammation. And we've learned a lot about the turmeric powder versus the turmeric oil. And again, like we said with the oregano, the power of the oil is so much stronger. So again, we're keeping that in mind that it's strong. Now, Linda and I did talk about this when we were planning this uh, class, that turmeric just isn't the best smelling or
Mhm.
tasting oil.
No. No. No.
So I think it's going to be an acquired taste. It's going to be one of those ones that you might just do a little bit at a time.
Mhm.
And if you yourself see the benefit or feel the benefit when you're adding it to whatever the food is, I think we talked about in our post adding it to like a smoothie bowl. So hopefully it's just a little bit. And
Mhm.
then the taste of the smoothie will overpower the taste and the smell
Right.
of the turmeric. So it's not as potent. Um, but it's so wonderful for your body and so many benefits. Um, yeah, I said anti-inflammatory.
Mhm.
Again, it's also good for the immune system. And oh, same thing. Uh, Comparing the amount that's equal
Mhm.
to a teaspoon of dried turmeric. It's again 1 drop.
Yep.
Yeah, we normally say
Okay.
our oils are 70 times stronger than herbs. So
Yeah. That is a strong one.
yeah,
So
it is.
it is. I have a recipe that uses it in like a hot drink with coconut milk, and that's part of the flavoring because of inflammatory issues. And you never know who's going to like it, but my son-in-law thought, this is really pretty good. You know, where me, I have to acquire that
Yeah.
taste, but you know, so you just try different different things for different people,
Mm-hmm.
and if inflammatory bothers you enough, you're going to try it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so our third oil that we're talking about today is the black pepper oil.
Hmm.
And this one is going to be one that's going to sort of spice up your meals, add a little bit more of the flavor to it. And this one, I mean, it's going to be warm and spicy, so it's different than the other two, I think, in that it reminds me of pepper when you add pepper to a
Hmm.
dish. So very similar to just the pepper. But again, this is another one that's anti-inflammatory. So you might say, I need that. And you could try out all three of these oils and decide which one you actually like to add
Hmm.
to more of your dishes. That could be an option as well. Um,
All right.
my I have my little pictures up here that we've shared.
Yeah.
So we were going to talk a little bit because we talked about the concentration,
Hmm.
that they're still highly concentrated, and that we said when you put certain ones that are warmer oils on your skin, you should dilute them. Well, they say the same thing with cooking too. So not only the toothpick method where you're trying to get a little bit, not a full drop, you can also dilute them by using coconut oil in your meal as well. That's going to help you dilute them just like on your skin. So, and I know coconut oil itself also has a lot of benefits when you cook with it. And then Linda, you pointed out too to add the oils maybe towards the end of preparing them.
Yeah, right.
Because we have always taught people too that you don't want to leave your oils out like in the sun because that heat destroys their properties of them. And the same thing is true when you're cooking with them. If they get too warm, it's sort of like the benefit of them is gone. You might still have the great flavor, aroma, but you may lose those benefits. So that's a little bit of that. So lemon, I bet you use lemon a lot, don't you, Linda?
I do every day. And in fact, my husband actually gets my water ready in the morning.
Oh.
And so I have, it's not here. I have a glass container that is metal. And so he actually, the lemon is there on the kitchen counter, and he puts a couple drops of lemon in my water with fresh ice, fresh water, and I'm ready to go. But we also use it with our foods, with cleansing our foods. And so he is, so like he just went to the Amish place that we go to for strawberries, and he got strawberries. And so I will get a bowl, and I will actually, after I've taken the stems off, I will actually put them in that bowl of water with a drop or two of lemon, and I will let them set for 5-10 minutes, and then I will rinse them, and it just will clean them good because lemon is a cleanser, and it will also just intensify the taste. And so what I have noticed lately is my husband likes to eat celery with almond butter. And but he so he says, what is it you use to clean? The celery, or the fruit. And so he has been doing that himself, getting it out to wash it, and he rinses it off, but puts it in a pan with a couple drops of lemon juice or lemon oil, and actually lets it set for a few minutes, and then he will rinse it and clean it. And so he does his own celery that way. Nice. So yes, just good for lemon. But it's in so many recipes. And when I knew we were going to do this, all of a sudden, about 3 days ago, there popped up on the doTERRA site, the Facebook site, this recipe. And I had always made smoothies with cherries and actually the chocolate protein powder. But this one was different, and it was a cup of frozen cherries and a scoop of the protein powder, but this time vanilla. And then, of course, a cup of non-dairy milk, and I always use almond milk. But then they had you actually squeeze a bit of lemon, real lemon, but then they have you put in 5 to 7 drops of lemon essential oil. And I thought, whoa, that's quite a bit. But this was on the doTERRA Facebook page, and then you put granola on it to garnish it. So I think that if I were trying it, I would only try it with 1, maybe 2 drops of lemon in it. 5 to 7 seems a whole lot, especially if you were putting a little squeeze of other lemon. And probably I would start with just 1 or 2 drops of lemon in that recipe, and not necessarily squeeze lemon into it, but just use the drops. And then if I thought, it could use another drop, I would, try it. I would just do it slowly. I think too many times we just look at it, oh, just do this, and it's like, oh, no, that's not so good. So and then you never try it again, and you might have liked it, but you know.
Right. That
so
would be, I think that would be very tart. You'd be like, whoa.
I do too. So the rest of it, I think I could handle, but that would be a lot, because if I would accidentally get too much lemon even in my water, I'm like, whoa, so
that's like I remember years ago when we first started using oils, I had a friend over and I was like, try this oil in your water. And I think like with most things, you think one drop's not enough, so she probably put like 10 drops in, and I'm like, oh no. And she tried it. She's like, that's horrible.
Yes, it is.
Oh gosh.
So, and then I was looking back through my past living magazines, and I found this one. I think it was 2020. Okay, and it was a strawberry citrus slush, and you actually used lemonade and frozen strawberries and 4 drops of lemon oil and 4 drops of lime, and then 3 cups of ice and just a bit of sweetener, whatever, whatever's your habit, to use. If you use sugar, okay. If you use stevia, spun it, you can put a bit of sweetener in there, and then you combine them all in a blender so it's a slushy. And I thought, kids might enjoy that too this summer. So I just actually, it was in a section that was actually for kids.
I wonder if you could also freeze that and make like an Italian ice with it that they could eat too. That's a good idea. Eat a whole bunch of it up.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
And can I give one other tip? Yeah. If people go to the doTERRA website, like if you go to my website, your website, but the doTERRA, and you want to find more recipes, well, there's a section called Discover. And if you would click on Discover, there is a thing that says recipes. I mean, if you just sort of do it where you just sort of pull down, you will see, and you'll see over clear to the right, there is under blogs, there's recipes. And if you click on that, you can find lots more recipes. You can find my Italian chicken soup recipe, and a lot of other recipes. Just a fun place, and I just think sometimes people don't know all the things that are on there that they can actually
there's a lot of
use.
benefit on that website.
Yeah.
It keeps getting improved, and they keep adding better tools and things to it too. So
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and we'll be back again next week and all month long with more food tips.
Okay. We will.
All right. Bye.
Bye.